Hi, welcome to my channel, The Divine Storm 369. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a Divine Masculine reading. I do work on a more individualized basis, so please keep that in mind during the reading and only take what personally resonates with you. Okay, information for personal and private readings are down below each video in the description box. Okay, so let's start off the reading with a warm and comforting message. It could be an encouraging message to you from Spirit. Okay, so this is your message. I love it. Your speed does not matter. Forward is forward. Okay, so this is saying, you know what? You're getting there. You are on your way to accomplishing your goals, and how fast you accomplish them really doesn't matter, because in the end, your destination is still the same. So just enjoy the journey, enjoy the scenery, right? So your speed doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody else accomplishes something before you. Let's say that you have a YouTube channel, right? Let's say you have a YouTube channel and you've watched so many people around you who are newer than you, right? Like their channel grow a lot faster than yours. Spirit's saying, you know what? It doesn't matter how fast or slow your channel has grown. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you're going to get to where you want to go. All that matters is that you're making progress. Forward is still forward. Okay, so you're not going backwards. That's all that matters. All right, so I love that message. And there's the little turtle here. You know, it's the message about the turtle and the hare. So the turtle, even though he's slower than the rabbits, actually ends up winning the race. So maybe you actually have something very unique that isn't really seen out in the open, right? Maybe there's something that is very unique in you to where you're going to surpass the others eventually, right? You will surpass where they're going, because the turtle kind of had something that the hare didn't. The hare was arrogant, right? He believed that he was the fastest and that he was going to win no matter what. So he was arrogant enough to take naps and things like that, while the turtle just kept going and kept moving. So that's the kind of energy I'm seeing for you. You are the tortoise, and I feel like there's people around you who it seems like they might be accomplishing things quicker than you or doing better than you, but in all reality, they're taking a nap while you're continuing to move. Okay, so it's the story of the tortoise and the hare. I love that. Maybe that story would help you to find some encouragement. I'm also using a new deck here, the Wisdom of the Unknown Tarot. Okay, and this deck was gifted to me by a client and a good friend of mine, Bonnie. So thank you, Bonnie. And let's go ahead and keep our card out here, because it's such a beautiful, cute little message. I just want to leave it out here. I feel like it's so relevant. By the way, if there's any lagging, if there's any issues with the video, please bear with me. It will be fixed very quickly, probably tonight. Okay, and this is new equipment I have set up, so I'm just trying to kind of get used to it. I'm not sure if the formatting is right, and I'm pretty sure it's not. Okay, but let's go ahead and take a look. Let's start off with pulling the masculine's energy towards himself. So if there's any lag, you guys, please just, again, bear with me. It will be fixed. We have the Ace of Swords, a beautiful energy here. I love the Ace of Swords. You know, I think the Ace of Swords really represents honor, truth, clarity, okay, being honest, no matter what. It could even signify standing in brutal honesty, right? Like even in those really hard times where you really don't want to be honest, like maybe it's really, really hard to tell the truth sometimes, this person will do it. Okay, so I feel like they're very honest. They have a lot of integrity, but at times they can be like brutally honest. You know, at times they can just be flat out rude about it. Like if you ask this person a question, you better make sure you really want to know the answer. Okay. You better make sure that you're not just asking to get your ego pumped up. Okay. You better make sure that you're not just asking to have someone reinforce or validate your insecurities, because they might not give you the answer that you want to hear. And actually, it might hurt your feelings a little bit. Okay? Because this masculine, they might be a lot of things here with the Ace of Swords, but a liar is not one of them. Okay? They are not a liar. And at times, brutally honest, even downright rude, okay, with their honesty. But I think at the same time, that might be why a lot of people do appreciate this masculine. So while that honesty does feel very in your face, it feels very kind of brutal and aggressive. It's actually, in a way, kind of a breath of fresh air when everything seems so superficially fluffy, you know? And I know a lot of people in the spiritual community do talk about toxic positivity, things of that nature. So, and I'm not just talking about that. I'm just saying, reading the general energy, I think in a time where everything seems so inauthentically fluffy, right? At times, then as brutal as this person's mouth can be, it somehow is a breath of fresh air to a lot of people around them. So I do think that a lot of people respect this person, honestly. A lot of people respect that honesty, even though it seems a little crude. Okay, even though it seems a little crude and maybe it's downright rude. All right, but I feel that it's respected in a time where everything's so superficial. I mean, there's entire worlds made up on the internet, right? Like, look at the metaverse, look at Oculus and all of those things. Look at the different video games, Fortnite and Minecraft, where you can actually build your world. It seems like everything is just getting closer and closer to a simulation nowadays. And with the Ace of Swords being here, that brutal honesty, as crude as it may be, can seem refreshing, right? And I think that that's the way a lot of people see this person. All right, so this masculine is Ace of Swords. They have a lot of air in their chart, okay? So they could definitely be a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius, all right? I feel very Gemini vibes from this masculine, I'm not going to lie. So a lot of times Geminis will be just very upfront with you, very, very open about how they're feeling at the time. They can be a little bit brutally honest, okay, when they want to be. But the thing about Gemini is that their beliefs do tend to change very quickly at times. So they are very honest, but that honesty can kind of change very quickly, because Gemini is always kind of looking for that new perspective, that higher bird's eye view of the situation, the higher consciousness, and communicating that. And that's what Gemini is really kind of about, communicating through a certain lens that you found, and then finding another lens to see it through and communicating that. That's the way that I see Gemini. So I feel this masculine is very, very Gemini. Okay. Very stubborn too, probably. All right. So we got their energy. How are they feeling about their self though? Okay. How are they feeling about their self? I feel that they're ready for a new beginning with the Ace of Swords, and maybe they've already started this new beginning. How do they feel about their self? Is that they're ready to take action that does align more closely with their truth. I do feel like at the core of this masculine, they are very honorable. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why they won't lie no matter what. But, you know, hurting someone's feelings with the truth isn't exactly honorable either, especially if it's done in like a crude way. It's always honorable to be empathetic no matter what. So I do feel like at the core of this masculine, they are very honorable. The Ace of Swords always reminds me about King Arthur's sword and his very honorable knights, right? So that's what the Ace of Swords always kind of brings me back to: honor, loyalty, truth, protection, that type of energy. So at the core of this masculine, they're very honorable. They're very protective. But they do come across as very crude at times with their language. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how this masculine is feeling towards his feminine. How does he feel towards his feminine, towards love, towards his partner? Okay, oh my gosh, look, you guys, we got this beautiful Four of Wands, and I love this card. So they're on the balcony, they're embracing, and the sun is meeting them as well. Okay, so they're embracing with each other, but they're also embracing spirit. Okay, so I feel like it's like this masculine is very, I feel like they're very masculine. The Ace of Swords is a very masculine card. They're very, very intellectual. They're very logical. But it's like they see their feminine as that spiritual part of themselves, that connection to the light, okay, to their source of love and energy. I feel that, you know what I'm feeling about this masculine? That they're kind of alone in regards to feminine. So they don't have a lot of feminine influence in their life. I feel like I don't think they have sisters. I don't think that they're close with their mother. Okay, so I'm really getting the sense that this feminine here, their person, is the only feminine that they really have in their life, and that they hold very close to their heart, and that they hold dear. And I feel that this feminine is the world to them. This feminine is their home. You might share a home with this masculine, Four of Wands, okay? But this is a spiritual union. This is twin flame energy, 1111. So the feminine could be seeing 1111 here. Okay, I'm also just, this is beautiful. This is homecoming. This is reconciliation. If you have been separated from your masculine, okay, for weeks to 4 months, I do feel they're coming home. They're wanting to come home. This is homecoming, okay? So I have Aries energy here for the feminine. They definitely have a lot of passion for their feminine. Okay, and I feel that there's this sense, this feeling that they've really accomplished something here with their feminine. There's a sense in this feeling that when you come together, it's like you're unstoppable. There's nothing that you can't accomplish. So let's get some clarifiers and see what we get here. Okay. Okay. Spirit, tell me about the Ace of Swords. Tell me more about this masculine's energy towards himself. All right, we have fate here. We have detours and divine intervention. Okay, so I do feel these two have been separated. I feel a separation between the feminine and the masculine, and I feel that you two might used to live together. So I feel you may have used to shared a home together. You shared a home together, okay? But something has happened here. There was a separation. And I do think that in this separation, they're being called back to their feminine. So fate, destiny is leading them on a path, on a road that leads them back home, back to their feminine. Four of Wands. And they're seeing 1111. Feminine, you're seeing 1111. I feel like this return has been expected for quite some time. I feel that, feminine, you have been waiting for this return for so long, and I feel like you thought it was they were going to return to you a while ago, okay, but they didn't. So it's been taking them a lot longer than you thought they would, but it's like in your heart, you always knew they would return to you. You just didn't know when. Okay, so we see lightning striking the tree here. Okay, this is fate, all right? And fate is their spirit calling to you to reconcile with their feminine, to go back home. All right, it's like this tree burning on fire. Their passion has been relit. Okay, it's the truth inside of them that they cannot ignore. And that is that spirit, their heart, their soul is calling them back home. And that calling, that feeling cannot be ignored. All right, let's get another card here for the feminine. Yep, limitations, fears. So this definitely was a separation. And honestly, like I said, you guys were separated for much longer than what the feminine expected, what the masculine expected, okay? And I think there was a fear here that started to develop in this feminine, that maybe this masculine would never come home, right? That's what I'm seeing here. All right, so there is a fear here, and I feel like this was a ghosting situation. I'm seeing the ghost reach out their hand, right? So this is a ghosting situation where the masculine did kind of just ghost, okay? They just took off. No explanation, no word, no reason. It was like one day they're here, one day they're not, okay? So for this masculine, they do know with the Ace of Swords that they owe this feminine some closure, okay? They do know they owe this feminine that communication, so much that they left unsaid, okay? So much that they feel in regards to fate that they wish to communicate about to their feminine, all right? So this strike of lightning inside of them, burning a fire, a passion through all of their chakras, and their spirit is just lit on fire, saying, go to your feminine. It's time to go home. This is fate. Okay, you have just been on a detour. This separation was not fate. This separation was not divine intervention. It was simply a detour. Think about the tortoise. Okay, think about the little turtle here. He took a detour, right? It was like a long detour. Okay, he had to turn where the yellow sign is with the arrow, and then he like went too far because the next sign was like knocked over and his GPS wasn't working, and like, yeah, it was a total mess. So the turtle had to like stop at a gas station and ask directions to get back en route, right? So that's what this masculine did. They took a detour. The separation was their detour. And yes, it took a lot longer for them to make their way back to you, feminine. Okay. They were very slow, like the tortoise. They got knocked off track. Okay. I don't know what that means, but we'll find out how they did. They got knocked off track. They had to ask for directions. They had to ask for guidance from spirit. And spirit answered them with this fire burning inside of their soul, this calling saying, you know what? You just need to go home, masculine. Feminine, they may have recently tried to reach out to you. Maybe you weren't sure who they were. Maybe they called you from a blocked number or an anonymous number. Okay, maybe they called you from a friend's number, okay, or a random number. But I could see this person was trying to reach out to you unsuccessfully. They weren't able to reach you. You weren't able to see them or hear from them, okay? They were like a ghost to you, and I think it really freaked them out. Okay, it freaked them out, feeling like they may have lost their connection to their source of feminine love, spirit, that they may have lost their connection to their home. Because feminine, for this masculine, home is not wherever they go. Home really is where the heart is, and their heart has always been with you. And so when they have tried to reach out and contact, I feel like they have a different number, honestly. When they tried to reach out and contact you, they weren't able to. They weren't able to get through. And that shook them. Okay, they are shook by the feeling that they may have lost you in their life, that they may never be able to speak to you again, that maybe they had lost that connection completely. And so their wish now is communication. That is what they want. Okay. So let's get some more cards here. All right. And I also got you guys some dice, some astrology dice. It kind of came with these little setups. So let's see if we can get some more information about who this message is for. Okay. All right, so I'm going to roll the dice and see what we get. So first we're going to start with the masculine energy. Okay. So we have 12 and we have a 4. So 1, 2, 4. So that number could be significant. Maybe their birthday is 12/4 or 4/12. Okay. We also have the moon in Taurus. So the masculine could have a Taurus moon. All right, is what I'm seeing here. And, you know, Taurus moons are really so stubborn about their emotions. So now I totally get it. Like, how they're so able to be so logical and so forward about their goals and so blunt and honest, you know, but they're not so easily speaking about their emotions or empathizing, right? So you know what? I bet you they're probably an Aries with a birthday of 4/12 with a Taurus moon. Okay. And, you know, it's funny about Taurus moon people, especially if they're in Aries, they can act so crude and like rude and brutally, honestly. Like, you would think that they just don't even like you. But the truth is, like, though, this sign is very, very loyal. One of the most loyal signs. Okay. The truth is, Taurus moons can get very attached emotionally, downright clingy. Okay. They can be very possessive when they're in love with someone. All right. So that's what we have here for Taurus moon for the masculine energy. Let's see what we get for the feminine. See if we get more info about that. Okay, we got 11 and we got a 9. Okay, so this could be like November 9th. Okay, it could also be September 11th as well. So, and also we could have 911 here, like emergency. Maybe the feminine right now is going through an emergency situation in their life, because that's what I always think of when I see 911. Like in the United States, 911 is like the number you dial for an emergency. Okay. And then we also have, oh, we got Uranus and Neptune. Very interesting, feminine. So you probably are very watery. You have a lot of water in your chart, I feel. Very mystical energy. You probably have very strong dreams. I feel that you've probably been dreaming about your masculine. Okay. I also feel that for this feminine, it's like, I feel for whoever this is for, you have no idea what's going on with your masculine. You have no idea they've been trying to contact you. And actually, what I'm getting here is you probably see the situation and think your masculine feels exactly the opposite of what they actually do feel for you. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So you're like looking at the situation differently. You're probably thinking, well, they're never coming back. They like ghosted me. They don't care. I'm never going to see them again. They haven't tried to contact me. All of that. That's what you're actually thinking with these dice. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the thoughts here. Spirit, please reveal to me, what is this masculine thinking? What is he thinking about life, about himself? What's going on in his mind? Oh, wow. So air, you guys. We got the King of Air in reverse. Okay, so how are they feeling? How do they feel about themselves and their life and the way things are going right now in their life? Two of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, so what are the actions that they really want to take? Okay, the intentions and their actions. Spirit, please reveal to me. 10 of Coins. Okay. So that's beautiful energy we have here. Okay. And you know what? Let's pull the feminine's energy too. Spirit, show me how this masculine, what is his thoughts towards his feminine? What is his thoughts towards his feminine right now in his life? Wow, we got Justice. Look how beautiful this Justice card is. It definitely has to be one of my favorites. I love it. Libra energy, by the way. Let's go ahead and see, how is the masculine feeling about his feminine right now? King of Earth. We got 2 kings here, you guys. Okay, 2 kings. So feminine, maybe you have someone else that you're speaking to. Maybe you have someone that you are thinking about getting into a relationship with, or that you have maybe gotten into a relationship with. All right, because we do have 2 kings here. So let's take a look at the actions that he wants to take towards his feminine and his intentions with that. Oh, look at that. Oh, I feel like this masculine's very jealous. 10 of Wands. Oh, yeah. Feminine. So, again, I think it was quite some time that this masculine is gone. Maybe this feminine has tried to move on. Okay? Maybe they've said, you know what? There's no communication. They're not coming back. They're not coming home. I am just limiting myself. I am just preventing myself from moving forward. So maybe they do have a relationship. Maybe they are in a relationship with someone else. Maybe they just have a friend. Okay, whatever it is, this masculine is jealous. Okay, they do not want to see or think about this feminine moving on with anyone at all. Okay. 2 kings means success, but we have one of these kings are in reverse. So whenever you see 2 kings in a tarot, it tells you that the situation can be successful. So I do feel like this situation is going to be successful for the masculine and for the feminine as well. But it's not going to come without obstacles with the 10. It's not going to come without, unfortunately, the masculine overthinking. King of Air in reverse about love. All right. I also see 2 10s here. I'm just checking my notes for 2 10s. A wedding. 2 10s, a wedding. So I feel like feminine. I feel like this feminine might be seeing someone else, dating someone else, maybe even committed to someone else, or maybe even thinking about getting engaged. This has kind of alerted this masculine. They are like, hold on, wait a minute. Did I just hear that? Did I just hear that my feminine is getting engaged to King of Pentacles over here? King of Earth? What? This can't be true. No, I don't believe it. I'm in disbelief. King of Air, I'm in disbelief. This is my partner, 2 of Cups. This is my soulmate. I mean, it hasn't even been that long since we haven't even been together, have it? They don't realize how long it's been till they heard this, till they heard that you have possibly moved on, feminine. They do not like what they hear. 10 of Coins. They always pictured themselves coming home, reuniting with you, committing with you, having a home and a family and a wedding. Okay, they picture you be like walking down the aisle in that white dress, making your way to them, and they can't imagine you making your way to anyone else. Okay, so they're in disbelief. They are shocked. They don't want to believe what they hear. They are upset. They are jealous. They are frustrated. They have withdrawn from their friends. Okay, they have withdrawn from their family. They have withdrawn from their other relationships in their life because this information has hit them so hard. It was like a punch right to the gut. One of those ones that takes the breath out of you. They couldn't breathe when they heard this news. So they're like, I have to go. I have to find them. I have to communicate to this feminine. It cannot be over between us. They cannot start a new relationship. They cannot get engaged, get married to this other person. This isn't right. So they're freaking out. They heard the news. And maybe this feminine, I feel like for you, feminine, you aren't even aware that they care at all, that they even know about this, that they even are looking up on you or anything. You're not aware of any of it. Okay, but they are. All right. Let's get some clarifiers here. Spirit, tell me more about their thoughts towards their feminine. We got number 18, the Rusalka. Your ideal and belief wait created in the distance. Call and it will come. So your ideal and belief wait created in the distance. Call to it and it will come. This is the calling that they're hearing to go towards their feminine. Okay, their soul is calling them, and yet they don't understand what they're feeling. Okay, so this is something this masculine feels they cannot adapt to. They cannot live with this. They cannot adapt to this knowledge. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read what this card says. Adaptability is key to your success. A powerful wave of bright circumstance is predicted for you by the Rusalka, who emerge onto land in the summertime in a light robe of mist. Your charm will certainly bewitch a special person or create a happening that appears blessed, because the Rusalka spellbind passers-by with their sweet singing and beauty. So I feel like maybe this masculine has a beautiful voice. They're able to sing. Okay, they're very charming. I feel like that as well. A call you receive from a like-minded person bodes well and leads to fertility, because where the Rusalka dance, the grass and crops thrive. You will also go to a party, an event, or reunion. Oh, what I tell you, reunion. Indicated by the Rusalka calling out to each other while swinging on trees and singing songs into the rivers and lakes. Okay, so we have a reunion here. What they want is a reunion. What they want is to reunite to their love, their soulmate, their divine partner, Two of Cups. Okay. So it says here, there is a reunion in the works, but what is preventing it is their own mind. Okay, their own mind, because they are very withdrawn. So Spirit is saying, you have to first create that belief that you will be together. And I think this masculine has become very discouraged by trying to reach out to their feminine and not being able to get a hold of them, hear their voice, by trying to, by wanting to reconnect with them and then possibly getting information. Their feminine has moved on. So that belief that they'll be together, the masculine and the feminine, seems like a belief that is fading further and further away from them. And so that's a thought that they don't want to have, that they don't want to handle. With the King of Air, they are withdrawing and kind of going inside of themselves, not knowing who to talk to, who to communicate to about this. All right, let's get another card here. So they want that reunion. We got unrequited. All right, so this is very painful for this masculine. And with unrequited here, this is, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I'm sorry I didn't talk to you. I'm sorry that I wasn't more upfront. I'm sorry I was distant. I'm sorry that I was even cruel at times. I know you didn't feel appreciated. Deep in their heart, they know. They feel. They feel every word they've ever said to you that was blunt and cruel and arrogant. They're feeling and going by every word, and it didn't hurt them when they said it. They thought nothing of it. As a matter of fact, they may have even been entertained by some of the things that they said that seemed very brutally honest and crude. But now, after all this time, every word they said is hurting them. Every single time they said something to you that hurt you. And they knew it would hurt you. And a part of them told themselves it was okay because they're being honest, but they did it in a cruel and crude way. And so now, thinking back, they're feeling the hurt of those words. They're feeling the pierce of that brutally honest sword right through their heart. They're feeling every pain that you've ever felt. They're replaying it in their mind. And they're saying, oh, that's the reason why they probably don't want a reconciliation. Oh, that's the reason why they're with someone else. Oh, this other person probably doesn't treat them that way. Wow, I feel salty. I feel shitty. That's what they're saying here. Unrequited, and it's painful. They never realized how painful their behavior was to other people until they lost someone that they love. So it says here, unrequited, I know how you feel now. I know the pain I inflicted on you. I know how it feels now to feel this unrequited love and pain that go hand in hand. So loving you, feminine, has been the most painful thing I've ever done, especially now. And I know exactly how you feel now. Okay, that is their thoughts. For the emotions, we got the Two of Cups. All right. They have been, I feel like since the time you've been separated, they have had connections. I feel like this is more like, I wouldn't even say friends with benefits. I would say one night stands. I would say sexual connections that don't last longer than one night. Okay, this is Two of Cups, King of Swords in reverse, energy, never commitments, never connections. So they feel so very betrayed here that you have a commitment with someone else because they may have had many sexual connections. They may have had many one-night stands, but never have they ever committed. Never have they ever told anyone they love them. Never have they felt the need to commit. So watching their feminine move forward is like another jab in the heart, saying, oh, now I know how it feels to feel unrequited. Now I know how it feels to watch my person go off with someone else without a freaking word, explanation, look the other direction. Now I know how it feels. Two of Cups, unrequited. So again, this is pain. This masculine is getting back the karma that they have dished out to you. Every pain, every word, every single time you felt they chose someone else over you, they're feeling it. Every one, every single moment. Every hurt, every pain, every tear that you've cried, because they're replaying it all in their mind. And they're now realizing how hurtful it really was, because they're realizing that's the reason they lost you. And at least in their mind, that's how they see it. This is the reason I lost them. This is the reason they don't want to be with me. Spirit, tell me more about how they feel about themselves. Also, with the Two of Cups and unrequited, it's like one night stand energy, you know, whatever. But they're not happy with that. They're not satisfied with that, with unrequited here. Okay, we got the Pilot Whale, number 36. So maybe 36 is significant to someone. Okay. And it says, you are your own fate. And look, we got fate here. Listen, fate is in the works in this situation here. I feel it heavily. Karma is working. Okay. Karma is working. Like karma needs a raise right now. Okay. Because she is working overtime with this masculine. Every single thing they've ever said to you is going back on them. Every single time they've ever stepped out on you, ghosted you, they're feeling that. Okay? And it's like they don't even need someone else to do that to them for them to feel that right now. Okay? Because they really miss you so much. Like they really, you were their love, you were their heart. And no, even though they may be roaming, even though they were with other people. Like I said, there was never a connection with any of them. And yeah, it's not right. It doesn't make it right. And I don't think it's right. But there was no love. And so this masculine is realizing they've traded love for nothing. And they made that choice. What can be more painful than that? Knowing that you made that choice and you might not ever have the chance to get that back. So with the Pilot Whale here, the key word here is freedom. Okay, freedom from the pain that they're feeling. That expert help that they are looking for is at hand. Okay. I also feel this masculine, as much as they have intimidated others with their words and their honesty and the way that they speak, in which honesty is a good thing, don't get me wrong, but you can use it as a weapon. Okay. So I feel that they are the ones who are intimidated right now. Okay, honestly, they're extremely intimidated by losing you, by what they're experiencing, by what they're feeling. So the Pilot Whales are known to rescue sailors, and they can also detect unexploded mines. Okay, it says here in the book, if your behavior baffles you or others, you may need to question whether you really have your best interest at heart, or whether you might be taking the wrong route. So remember this little tortoise here? He took the wrong route. Remember, he took a detour and then he got lost and he had to ask for direction at the gas station. And that's what this masculine did. Okay. They took a wrong turn. First, they took a detour and the sign was knocked over, and then they got lost out in the middle of nowhere, and then they wouldn't admit they were lost at first, right? So they just kept going until their gas tank got a little bit low, okay? Then when their gas tank got a little bit low, they're like, hold on a minute. If I keep going, I'm going to be stuck. I'm going to be stranded with no one around. And this is exactly what happened in their life. Okay, in regards to love, in regards to their relationship. So they had to backtrack. They had to go and seek direction. Direction from spirit. Direction from their heart. Okay? So, they went down the wrong route. You may stop doing something because you realize it's wrong to continue. Maybe they've realized it's wrong, that what they were doing is wrong. Not just wrong to you, but wrong to themselves. It was wrong to do this to their heart. That's why they're feeling every pain right now that they've ever said to you. They know that it's wrong. But the pilot whale and others who blindly follow a single leader will beach themselves on the fatal shore to drown. So while they might have been taking that detour and maybe it turned into a joyride, right? Maybe they were having a lot of fun. Maybe there was someone else with them encouraging them to do this. Maybe it's just accepted in society to do this, right? Maybe it's actually encouraged. Maybe it's made to look like a lot of fun to destroy love in this society. But this masculine, luckily, realized they were heading for that shore before they got beached. They stopped. They turned around. They asked for direction. Okay? Because you know why? They have instincts. And this masculine has instincts that they can trust. But they don't have very good instincts in knowing who they can trust. You see, that's where they have the problem when it comes to other people, when it comes to knowing who they can trust. And while the King of Swords is very trustworthy, he might let others around him when he's in reverse that aren't so trustworthy. He might let others come around him that want to lead him astray. All right. So this masculine is quickly learning at the same time who their real friends are and who does not have their best interest at heart. He's also realizing that he didn't have his best interest at heart. And how did you get here? And why was this encouraged? These are the questions that they're asking themselves. All right. So let's get another card for this Two of Cups. How they feel about themselves and their life. So for a while here, they felt they were spinning out of control. Okay, that's how they felt in their life. But they've caught themselves. All right, they're ready to backtrack, to get directions. They found direction. They've asked for direction. Okay, let's get another card here. Celebration. I now realize that having you in my life was something to celebrate every single day. Every single day, I should have celebrated our beautiful cup of love that we have filled together. But I didn't. I went out on my own. I ghosted you. I left you. And I was out celebrating life on my own. I celebrated in absence of you. And now thinking of that makes me sick. Thinking of the way that I celebrated an absence of love makes me disgusted in myself. Okay? The truth is, they feel they don't deserve you. The truth is, they feel that they had lost grip and lost control of their own fate, their own destiny for a while, and they were being misled. Okay? A lot of this misleading comes from ideas and beliefs that they had, that other people had around them. All right? Bad influences. Partying too much. Not taking life seriously. Not taking love seriously. And as a matter of fact, maybe even treating it like a bad thing. We got the 10 of coins for the actions. They don't want this life. They don't want the life they had been living. They want you to know that. They want a family. They want a wedding. They want a home. Okay, they want stability. And they almost completely stopped themselves from having that. It's like they just had a reality check and woke up and realized what they had been doing. So yeah, I do feel a lot of this has been a little bit unconscious. They didn't even realize the extent to what they were doing in their life until now. They have been arguing with their family. I feel they have, sorry about that. I feel they have a father. I feel they've been arguing with their father, okay? Their father's been asking them what they're doing with their life. I feel like this masculine is also supposed to inherit a home or some sort of money from their father, but their father is watching them and saying, what are you doing? Okay, what are you doing right now? You are supposed to be getting your life together. I'm watching you spiral. Okay, I need you to be more responsible for me, okay, for generations. That's why I need you to be responsible, because I need to pass things down to you. That's what I'm getting about this masculine and his father. So they've really had a heavy talk. Spirit, tell me about the 10 of coins. By the way, I have Capricorn, I have Cancer here. Of course, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We got the Nereid, number 16. Holding to the ideal while endeavoring to attain it will help to realize it. Okay? So this is holding on to your belief and your idea that you will have a family. You will have love. You will have a home. You will have security. Okay? You will have everything that you've dreamed of. All right, but you just have to hold that. You can't let anyone else take that from you. And I think this masculine really has allowed someone else to take this from them. And I do feel like they were led astray. And you know, nowadays you can be led astray by so many things that it doesn't even have to be another person. It can be social media. It can be lifestyles shown on movies or TV, that reality shows that make things look so great and carefree, like player lifestyles, right? Like just sleeping around and doing partying or whatever they're doing, right? But at the end of the day, it's shallow. There's no substance there. There's nothing to back it up. And at the end of the day, alcohol, substances, whatever it is going to run out. It's not fulfilling. It's just like you're trying to fill a hole inside of you. Okay? And so this has been glamorized in our society, and it really shouldn't be. And, you know, we wonder why there is a huge issue with depression, okay, with mental illness, and even people taking their own life, okay? But we literally have a society that is glorifying things that are completely horrible and atrocious for the soul. For the soul. And filled with soul traps, things that trap your soul into a dark space, right? Some call it the abyss. Being trapped into the abyss, falling, spiraling downwards. That's what some of these things can do. Just like this guy trapped in the seaweed. They're trying to untangle themselves. They're trying to get out, because once you're trapped, it's a lot harder to get untrapped. You can do it, but it's not easy. And this masculine is finding out how not easy it is. Okay? With the Nereid here. All right. So, you know, here's a masculine who was following the crowd, following the leader, doing the accepted, cool, whatever it is, thing that was supposed to make them happy, right? That everybody else was doing. but it led them to feeling so much pain. It severely misled them. And now they feel guilt. They feel absolute shame. And that's another thing. Like, a lot of these lifestyles lead to this shame that nobody ever talks about. But it's there, right? And I think a lot of people don't realize where it's leading you to until you're in that space, until you're already there. And then there's all this like feelings of guilt and sadness and depression and shame wrapped around you to where you don't even want to talk about it with anyone. So it's best to be aware all the time of surroundings, of whatever, Me personally, I haven't watched like TV or like barely any movies. I've watched like a few movies, but barely any over the past 7. I think it's been about 7 years. 2015 is when I turned off Facebook. I really only had Facebook for social media, but I stopped it in 2015. I never went back to it, and I don't miss it at all. And, I stopped watching TV probably 2 to 3 years ago. I don't miss it at all. And then when I do watch movies, it's like with my DM or, I never just choose to watch a movie. But yeah, I like reading. I like learning. There's so much to learn in the universe. I feel like there's no reason to ever watch anything fiction, to be honest with you. And that's what life is about. It's about learning. Okay. And when we stop ourselves from learning, it impedes our progress moving forward. We can get sucked into things very easily. And it happens to everyone. We all have to see our way out. So let's go ahead and get another card here. But the important thing here is this masculine has had that awakening. Okay. They realized that the way that they had been doing things have not been good. They have been removing themselves from love. They have been pushing themselves as far away from true love as they possibly could get and replacing it with a temporary buzz, almost like a dopamine hit or a high, or I don't know, a temporary feel-good energy. We have alone time. Okay, so they're spending some time alone. They need some time to think. Okay. They need some time to unwrap themselves from this tangled mess. All right. So they're taking time to be alone, to try to balance their emotions and how they're feeling, because this has all hit them at once. All right. So feminine, they are highly focused on you and how they're feeling towards you right now. Very highly focused on you. Let's go ahead and take a look at their thoughts towards you. We got justice here. Okay, so their thoughts towards you is that they want to make things up to you, number 1. Number 2, they know that the way they've treated you in the past isn't right, that it's not right, that you didn't deserve any of it, and they would like to make it up. They realize now how deeply they had hurt you, to where they did not really realize it before, but they feel it now. Okay, so they have this want and this need to make up that pain and that hurt to you now that they feel that pain that you've been feeling. Okay, with justice here. They also, I feel they want like they're thinking about a wedding. They're thinking about a legal marriage. So either this is coming up because the feminine is getting committed to someone or is committed to someone and they just found out, or they are literally thinking about proposing to you legally. She's wearing the white dress here. It's the Justice card. Okay, King of Earth is a husband. So they're like, you cannot be with someone else. I'm your husband. I'm going to be the person to take care of you. You're mine. This is the way they're speaking. Okay. So justice here, Libra, 7th house energy. Okay, this is your spouse, this is your partner, and they're like, you are supposed to be my spouse, my partner. Okay, and it's like they were so focused on running around, having fun, celebrating, trying to stay young, trying to stay in this like party, or I'm not too old to party, and I can't get married and be weighed down, quotes, right? Type of energy, that they have literally missed the bus. They have missed the bus. They have missed the ball. And this feminine may be committed to someone else. And now they're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I planned on going back to this feminine when I was ready. I planned on having my experiences and then going back to this feminine and settling down. Yes, that's what I planned on doing. Well, I guess they never took a second to think about how selfish that really is, did they? Until now. Because this feminine waited for quite some time. They were limited. They had a fear that you would never come back to them, return to them. And guess what? This feminine had to face that fear. They had to face one of their worst fears. And now, masculine, you are going to face that fear. Like I said, karma. It's karma. It's not mean. It's not like punishment. It's just like the universe saying, look, this is exactly what you've been doing to people. You have to feel this so you know how it feels. Spirit, tell me more about their thoughts towards their feminine. Okay, we got the Azrai. Without a rich heart, treasure is less likely to be discovered. So what good is all the treasure in the world without love, right? What good is all the celebrating and partying and all the fun that you can have if there's no substance, if there's no love behind it, if it's just a temporary, fleeting happiness that you know is going to be gone when you open your eyes the next morning? It's a fleeting moment in time, never to return. No substance, no real deep love behind it. What is it all for, and what is it worth when you're losing that true treasure of love? What is it all worth? Okay, so that's where they're at here. Let's get another let's take a deeper look at this card. So this card is about discovering what it means to really have a relationship. Again, we got justice, 7th house energy. What does it mean to be balanced? What does it mean to give and take? Okay, what does it mean to treat my person like the treasure that they are? The Azrai is an elemental spirit that lives in secret places next to hidden treasures. Okay? So this masculine is like, this hidden treasure is love. And it's been here all along. Okay? And they knew it was there. It's not like they didn't know that they were in love with you. They did know. But they took it for granted. They just thought that love would always be there. And they really never took a second to ponder on that love or how deep it really goes. So now they're realizing how precious of a gift this feminine really is to them. So here we can see this masculine wants to stir things up. All right? They want to change up the order of things. They want to bring happiness to their feminine because they now realize the only true happiness they'd ever felt that's still with them, that is not fleeting, that is still in their heart, is the happiness of love that they felt with their feminine, the joy of connecting with someone else, with a soulmate. Okay. And so the Azrai, they fall in love. They're mystical elemental beings, but they fall in love with mortals. Okay. So this card represents an unexpected falling in love. Okay. And with Justice here, it was unexpected. This information came to them. Again, it hit them like a tower falling on them. And so they're like, oh my gosh, everything that I have been doing since we have been separated means nothing. Every experience that I had acquired is completely superficial. It means nothing. It's worthless. It's useless. But let me tell you, it's really not. It really is not worthless. It's not useless, because it has brought you knowledge, and it has brought you to a realization of something greater, something grander, something more beautiful. It's brought you to the realization of what brings true joy and happiness, the power of love. So it's not useless. It's not worthless, because it made you feel that love more intensely. It made you open up that treasure chest and realize that the only thing in that chest was your love for the feminine, not the drinks, not the partying, not the friends or the influences. It was just this feminine, her heart. That was in the chest all along. And like, actually, you were looking for the treasure in that chest while you were like sitting on it and having a drink on it and being like, gee, I wonder where it is. And then passing out and waking up the next morning feeling nothing, right? Because you weren't looking in that chest. You were sitting on it. You were ignoring it. And now here it is. So we have one that jumped out. Look at that. Superficial. Okay, it was easy. Sure, it's really easy to be superficial. It's really easy to be accepted by society and do all of those crazy things that society tells us is fun, right? But it's a fleeting fun. It is superficial, okay? And where the true treasure lies is beyond all of those things. Okay. So this is just clarifying all of that energy we just read. What a beautiful clarifier, actually, to come out right there. So in the emotions, we have King of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles. This is possessive energy. This is, you know what? This feminine, they are mine. They are not this other masculines or any other masculines. They're mine. And I feel jealous. I feel possessive. It's my job to take care of this feminine, not someone else's. It's my job to take care of them emotionally, mentally, physically. I feel like this masculine also wants to take care of their feminine financially as well. Okay. They're a provider. This masculine is. They're a provider when they're thinking straight. Okay, but not when they're in King of Swords in reverse energy. Then when they're in that energy, they've lost their mind. Okay, but this thought that they're having, the jealousy, the possessive feeling, it's overwhelming to them. They can't sit with this thought. Okay, so let's take a deeper look at the King of Pentacles. This is I'm yours, you're mine. You are my home. The King of Earth represents bringing something into the home space, giving to the home. And with the 4 here, that's home. Like we said, their feminine is their home. So they feel like their home is being intruded upon if someone else is with this feminine. And if someone else is not with their feminine, they feel like they have lost their home, like they've lost their way home. They can't remember how to get there, and they have to get those directions. A little turtle here. Okay, so let's take a look further at the King of Earth energy. Their emotions here. We got the Siren. In the treasure of a day, light is thrown on what could be tomorrow. Oh, I love that. And it's a number 14, which is temperance energy. Okay. So we have a treasure here without a rich heart. Treasure is likely to be discarded. So yeah, just like this masculine, discarding the true treasure for some superficial pursuit of what society has told them is fun, right? Or whatever. So, in the treasure of a day, light is thrown on what could be tomorrow. So now they're finding their treasure and their hope and what could be, what could happen, what can they do to restore this treasure? Okay, what can they do to take that treasure that they found and polish it up and put it back in that box and lock it up ever so tightly, but this time care for it, protect it. Don't sit on the box, right? Don't put pressure on the box, the treasure chest, right? Take care of it. Because even the box that holds love is precious. The box that holds love is us. It's our hearts. It's our bodies, right? So it's precious. We got to take care of the box too. So with the King of Earth, and it's symbolic of showing love physically, not just emotionally, not just telepathically. We have to show that love physically as well. So this masculine knows they have to do a physical thing. And in their heart, they're getting their hope in their heart is what could be, is that they still have a chance. That's the only thing they're thinking in their heart. I hope I still have a chance. And again, I'm getting this singing energy. Somebody sings here. So either it's the masculine or the feminine, but somebody sings and has a very, very beautiful singing voice. King of Earth, we got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, very Taurian. And again, we had that Taurus moon energy. Let's go ahead and clarify these emotions. Moving secretly. I'm moving in silence, but you know what? Things are going to change very soon because they cannot stand this energy much longer. All right, so they've done enough speaking. They've done enough asking advice because guess what? People they've asked advice from has led them astray. Okay, so this time they're being quiet. They're making their moves secretly. They're keeping that treasure, their intention, their love, quiet and secret in their heart, and they're acting on that. And they're not giving anybody else a chance to speak about it, to influence them in any way, to put any bad thought in their mind, because they've learned that when it comes to love, no one else can tell you what's right or wrong. It's just in your heart. And even if, people have good intentions saying, hey, maybe this is right for you in love. Maybe this is wrong for you in love. Even if they have good intentions, they still can't tell you what's right for you in love and what's wrong for you. I mean, unless something is just like outwardly completely obvious that it's wrong, like if there's abuse or something like that. But other than that, no one can tell you what's right or wrong. Only you, only your heart, because you're the only one that's going to feel that love. And that's the truth. No one else can even understand what it is. It's only in your way of conveying it or what they see, their perception. But that love we hold in us, so therefore no one else can tell you what to do. It's just their perception of that love. They're not the ones feeling it. We're the ones feeling it. So we're the only ones who can really decide what our intention should be and what's right or wrong. And so this masculine is learning that. So we have the 10 of Wands in their action. They're ready. They're ready to fight this uphill battle. Okay, they are ready. because they're feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling overburdened. They can't handle this weight that's been dropped on them, thinking that they'll never be with their feminine again, see their feminine again, and it's their own fault. They know it's their fault. It's heavy. It's a burden. It's not something that they wish to continue, okay? It's not something that they wish to hold in their heart forever. So they're ready to walk this uphill battle. If it means they got to walk uphill with all of this weight on their back, they're going to do it. Because I feel like they're like, you know what? I deserve to do this. I deserve to walk up this hill with weights on my back because I've been such a fool. So now if this is what I have to do, so be it. The only thing I know is I'm not going to be a fool again. That's what they're saying. I'm not going to let this feminine go again. If I have to go uphill with weights, okay, because I was a fool in the past, so be it. That's my punishment, right? Like, I'll do it. I will walk the line to prove myself to my feminine. So let's get another card for their actions. The Nyx. Calm waters reflect clearer images than rough waters. All right, so, I think Spirit is reminding them to stay calm with the Ten of Wands, okay, that it doesn't have to be harder on themselves than it already is, right? So let's take a deeper look at this card. It's a 22. So this word is about vigilance, okay? The Nyx, a mill pond dweller that administers justice. Oh, look at that. We had justice here, and the Nyx administers justice. So listen, like I said, this masculine's like, I'm ready to carry this weight. I'm ready to walk uphill. I'm ready for justice. So that's what they're saying. They know that they want to make things right. They know that they didn't treat you right. They want to balance things out. They want things to be better. So the Nyx advises caution and foresight because you may risk gaining one desire to the detriment of a superior plan. And that's exactly what has happened here in the past. This masculine has risked one desire, these little simple, fleeting moments of happiness for a far superior happiness and joyfulness. Of love, right? So it's like they've already done that. Okay, this masculine's not going to let it happen again. The comb she has symbolizes reconciliation. This masculine's already on their way to you. If this is your reading, you're listening to this, it's resonating, they're already on their way to you. Those missed calls you have on your phone are those ones you don't know the number, those weird numbers, that's your masculine. Her flute inspires love, and her golden spinning wheel represents the bringing forth of a new life for you. Love will have a happy ending, whether it is with one from who you are estranged or with someone new. All right, so we can see here, this is going to have a happy ending, I foretell. Okay, but either way, in the end, both are going to be happy. So there is going to be a reuniting. I see that with the Four of Wands. Okay, this is reconciliation. This is coming home. And I'm seeing a wedding here. I'm not just saying that. I'll show you guys my notes that are super old and ripped up. Okay, let me show you. 2 10s right here. A wedding. Okay, so I'm not joking with you guys. I'm not just saying it. You see how old these are? I did not just write these, okay? The page is like discolored and everything. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the actions. Get our last card here. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I love it. Revealing. Look at that. They're ready to reveal what's been on their mind. They're ready to reveal what they've been doing, what is on their heart after moving secretly for so long. So I'm going to get an outcome card. We already know the outcome is reconciliation. There will be a reconciliation. The masculine is already on their way to reconciliation, and I feel like it's going to go very well. But let's get one card for that. And we're also going to get a trigger card to see if there's anything that we need to kind of watch out for, you know, be precautious about. Okay, watch for triggers. So let's first get a card for the reconciliation. How is that going to go? Equestrian of Earth. I love it. Look at that. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. It's going to go very smoothly, okay, but it's going to go slowly. All right, so there could be a little bit of time between this reconciliation. I feel like this masculine has to find you. They're trying to find you, and it might take them longer than what is expected, but overall, I feel it's going to go good. The Knight of Pentacles is about trust as well. So I feel like you'll be building trust in this reconciliation. I also feel like it's not going to be expected for you, feminine, okay? Because it's just because of the sheer amount of time that you've waited for this. But here it is. Okay, so now a trigger card. All right, let's get a trigger card, see if there's anything that might trigger you, that might, you know, just need to watch out for. Okay, so actually, we got passion here. All right, so this is going to be an extremely passionate reconciliation between you. I think just for the simple fact that it's been so long that you've seen each other, like I'm just picking up the energy of like seeing each other and just not being able to believe it, and the masculine just like picking you up and swinging you around in their arms. I know that sounds so corny, but like that's the energy I'm getting. So when I feel like there's not going to be too much talking in the beginning of this reunion, because it's like I feel like it's just going to sweep you both up in like passion and just disbelief and love. And I love it. I can't wait for this energy. It's beautiful. All right. So what does Spirit want to tell you about this connection? Let's take a look. Any advice? Okay, so we could see here, it looks like the feminine is crying and the masculine is coming to comfort her, right? Like, hey, you're not alone. I'm here. I've always been here. And on the back, let there be closeness between you, okay? But always give each other some space. And sometimes it's necessary for separations, right? Maybe it was necessary so that this masculine realizes how their words actually do hurt you at times, and how they can be a little more empathetic with the way that they speak. They don't have to lie. You can just take an easier tone. And especially when you're dealing with the one you love, right? I mean, they're the ones who are supposed to always have your back. And also realize that, you know, had you not had this separation, they may not have realized the way that their attitude, their words really affected this union, and it may not have lasted, right? It may not have been able to be salvaged if there wasn't this separation and really like acknowledgement of the truth. So love never claims, ever. It simply allows and it gives, okay? So when there needs to be a separation, allow it, okay? But also allow closeness between you as well. So that's the reading I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm sorry if the formatting is kind of messed up. I will be figuring that out by the next video. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.